Good morning. I am the blue-haired reader, and it's time for another story. This morning we'll be reading A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Vanity. If you're anything like me, and I hope you're not, the soap in your shower dwindles down to a splinter before you replace it. You only think about it when you're already under the running water. What if, on some random day in the future, you pick up this piece of shrapnel and scrape your arm with it, raising a welt? This actually happened to me. You look at the soap thinking, this isn't soap. It's a weapon. A guy in prison could take this away from me and shank me in the shower. I got to get rid of this thing right now. Then the fatal oversight. Instead of putting the soap down first, you hold on to it as you reach for the shower liner on your way to the vanity for another bar of soap. In your haste, you lift your leg to step out of the shower before planting the other leg, which slips. You grab for the liner. It's a little slimy around the edges because, let's face it, no one washes them anymore, and you're too cheap to replace it even though they're only $2.92 at Menards the last time you checked. You lurch forward, falling. Your elbow smacks the edge of the tub and you stab yourself in the throat. Reflexively, you jump to your feet as quickly as you can, given your age, snatching the soap from your neck as you do so. Blood gushes out. Oops. In horror, you watch a colorized version of Psycho, the version called Idiot. You say to yourself, I've always been a spaz. You have a spaz flashback to the Apple incident. 3 months ago, you were talking to an attorney on the telephone while eating an apple, which you squeezed too hard from talking to an attorney on the telephone, thus snapping it in half, which drove your fingernail into your lip. It bled. It bled for 3 minutes. You held a paper towel to it. There is still a little scar to remind you of your spasticity. This also actually happened to me. You may be the only person, living or dead, who ever stabbed himself with his own finger. So stabbing yourself in the throat with a soap shiv doesn't seem all that far-fetched at the moment. You feel faint and clutch at the shower liner one more time, this time with both hands. You realize you're going to die, but the slime is still grossing you out. The curtain is secured firmly with grommets and sturdy plastic rings. It's the rod itself that gives way. We don't secure them to the wall with screws anymore like they did back in Psycho times, so the entire curtain, liner, and rod assembly comes crashing down on top of you. Now it's your head's turn to smack the edge of the tub. You knock yourself out, sparing yourself further horror and embarrassment from dying like this. The shower is still on. You bleed out and everything washes down the drain. The deadly soap dagger dissolves to nothing. 5 hours later, your wife Babs gets home. She had a dental appointment, did some shopping, then went to her weightlifting class. She's been bulking up so that one day she can beat the crap out of you, just for being you. She finds you ashen from no more blood, lying in the running shower with your eyes open like Janet Leigh. She screams like Janet Leigh in sweatpants. Thinking the murderers are still in the house, she flees to the neighbors to dial 911. While it's ringing, she wonders if your second life insurance policy is still in force. If memory serves, it all totals about $600,000. She smiles, just a little, on the inside. The police are stymied. They possess a body with 2 wounds. The head wound caused by the fall and the mysterious, fatal neck wound. No weapon, no prints, no evidence of forced entry. An apparent struggle in the shower itself, but that's it. The coroner is no help. She can't say what kind of knife it was or even that it was a knife. She believes the weapon was sterilized. The wound was that clean. The cops suspect Babs, but she secures an ironclad alibi from the dentist. The crime becomes a dead forensic file. Your son loses his mind trying to solve it and becomes a lunatic crime fiction novelist. Babs, who is pretty pissed off when she reads next month's water bill, moves out. She explains to your family that it's because she's afraid the killer may return for her. In truth, she can now afford to buy a bigger house in a better neighborhood. She gets married again to a meticulous man who, among other things, replaces the shower soap long before it becomes a weapon of unintended possibilities. And that is the story for this morning. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day.